In the heart of the marketplace, fortunes vanished. Merchants stared at their ledgers, bewildered as their hard-earned wealth simply melted away. You feel it now. Every trip to the market, every bill you pay, your money buys less, your savings dwindle, and an invisible thief picks your pocket daily. This is not magic, but value does not simply evaporate. It is often corrupted from within. And its story begins with a king, a war, and a terrible secret hidden within a silver coin. King Theron of Eldoria was a man of grand ambition, his gaze fixed on distant lands, his mind on glory. Yet glory required an army, and an army required gold, or more precisely, silver. His coffers, however, were not as boundless as his dreams. War was costly, and his advisors, cautious men, spoke of raising taxes, a slow and unpopular solution. Theron sought a quicker path, a bolder stroke. He summoned Master Elias, the royal mint master, to a hidden chamber deep beneath the castle. There, amidst the glowing furnaces and stacks of pure silver drachmas, the king laid out his plan. "We have silver," he declared, "but we need more coins. Can we not stretch our supply?" Elias understood immediately. "Your Majesty, to stretch the silver means to mix it with baser metals, to debase the coinage. It is dishonest." "Necessity," Theron countered, his voice like cold steel, "is the mother of invention. For every 10 drachmas of pure silver, add 1 of copper. No one will notice, and our war effort will be secured." And so, the secret work began. Under the cloak of night, pure silver was melted, copper alloyed, and new drachmas, identical in appearance but lesser in value, poured forth from the royal mint. The army was paid, supplies flowed, and Theron's war machine thundered across the land. The kingdom seemed flush with coins, a newfound prosperity blossoming. In the bustling markets of Eldoria, merchants tallied their sales with satisfaction. More coins exchanged hands than ever before. It felt like an era of growth. But soon, a whisper began to stir. A merchant named Kyle, known for his keen eye, noticed a subtle difference. The new drachmas felt lighter, their ring slightly duller. "Is it just my imagination?" he muttered to his neighbor. "Or do these coins feel different?" His neighbor merely shrugged, counting his own coins with glee. Then, farmers started demanding more drachmas for their grain. "My crops are the same," one exclaimed. "But my family needs more to live." Merchants, in turn, raised the price of their wares. "My costs have gone up," they'd explain, though no one could quite pinpoint why. A general confusion settled over Eldoria. Everyone had more coins in their purse, yet everyone felt poorer. The illusion of wealth had begun to crack. Parents found it harder to feed their children, even with more drachmas. The same basket of food that cost 5 coins last month now cost 7. Fishermen brought in their catches, only to find the coins they earned could barely buy the nets they needed for tomorrow. The blacksmith, who once paid 5 drachmas for iron, now paid 8. He raised his prices, but customers balked, for their own coins were losing buying power. King Theron, meanwhile, basked in his military triumphs. His enemies were routed, his borders secure. He believed his cleverness had saved his kingdom. It was Elara, a venerable grain merchant whose family had traded for generations, who first connected the dots. She had an old silver scale, exquisitely balanced. She placed an old pure drachma on one pan and a newly minted one on the other. The new coin was noticeably lighter. The scale tipped, revealing the invisible theft. Her eyes widened in horror. It wasn't that prices were rising. It was that the coins themselves were worth less. The king had stolen a fraction of every coin, and with it, a fraction of everyone's wealth. She rushed to Kale, the merchant who first noticed the dull ring. "It's not your imagination," she exclaimed, holding out the mismatched coins. "The king has debased our currency." Kyle's face fell. "A thief with a crown," he whispered. "But how do we fight an enemy that wears the king's face?" The discovery spread amongst the more discerning merchants, igniting a slow, burning rage. But the common folk, trusting the royal seal, remained oblivious. The seasons turned. The war ended in a glorious victory for Theron, but the kingdom's internal health withered. The hidden plague had begun its full devastation. Food prices skyrocketed. A loaf of bread that once cost 1 drachma now cost 3, then 5, then 10. Hunger gnawed at the people of Eldoria. Merchants, unable to afford restocking their shelves, watched their businesses crumble. Their savings, once sizable, were now barely enough to buy a week's provisions. The once bustling marketplace became a ghost town. Stalls were empty, shops boarded up. The vibrant heart of the kingdom had stopped beating. Discontent simmered, then boiled over into rage. The people, desperate and hungry, blamed the merchants, the farmers, even each other for the soaring prices. Amidst the internal chaos, Theron's war victory became meaningless. His enemies, seeing the kingdom's weakness, returned, finding little resistance from a demoralized, starving populace. Elara, the wise merchant, now sat in her empty shop, an old ledger open before her. She understood the true enemy was not hunger, nor rival armies, but a lie told with silver. King Theron, isolated in his crumbling palace, finally understood. His clever solution had not created wealth, but destroyed it. He had waged war not just on his enemies, but on his own people's prosperity. The hidden principle of the shaved drachma, a lesson etched in the ruins of Eldoria, is this: the true value of money lies not in its quantity, but in its purchasing power. Today we face a similar invisible thief: inflation. It's not that everything costs more, it's that your dollars, your euros, your pounds are secretly shaved day by day. Governments, like King Theron, sometimes print more money to fund their ambitions or to solve immediate problems. They believe they are creating wealth, but in reality, they are diluting the value of every existing unit of currency. It's an invisible tax borne by every citizen without their conscious consent. Your savings in the bank, your wages, the fixed income of pensioners, all of it loses purchasing power, not because of some natural market force, but due to a deliberate act of debasement. The psychological impact is profound. People feel poorer, struggle more, and blame everything but the true cause. Distrust festers, economic stability crumbles. Elara, understanding this principle, did not despair. She began to trade her remaining debased drachmas for goods of intrinsic value: durable tools, fine textiles, land deeds. She understood that wealth was not defined by the number of coins, but by what those coins could buy. And when the coins themselves were corrupt, true wealth lay elsewhere. In the end, King Theron lost his throne, not to a stronger army, but to the invisible economic plague he himself unleashed. His ambition had brought prosperity, then ruin. Elara, though she faced hardship, emerged from the crisis with her understanding of value intact. She rebuilt slowly on foundations of truth, not illusion. The king thought he printed wealth. Instead, he printed poverty, a hidden tax on every single citizen, an invisible hand stealing their very future. How often do we, today, fall for the illusion of more, only to find our own pockets empty? Seek true value, not mere quantity, and guard your wealth against the unseen thief.